also in the thick of the high school softball and baseball playoffs and still have quite a bit of East Texas teams fighting for a trip to state. But what you may not have noticed is the shortage of umpires to officiate those games, a problem not only here in East Texas, but nationwide. And I wanted to know why. If you've ever wondered what it takes to be a baseball umpire in today's climate, let's start with tough skin.
We had a game earlier this year, actually, where a couple of fans threatened one of our umpires. Actually threatened to meet them in the parking lot afterwards.
Brian Chen is the president of the Tyler Tasso Baseball Umpires chapter and says conduct is the #1 reason why there's currently a shortage with high school umpires.
Come on now. You know, it would be like people coming to your job and standing or sitting beside you yelling at you all day. How effective are you going to be at your job, and is that going to bother you? Of course. So what happens is people go, well, this isn't my full-time job, so I don't really have to do this. I don't have to take that. And they aren't getting into the profession, or they're leaving.
Fewer umpires opens the door for cancellations, rescheduled games, and for the Tyler chapter, it means spreading an already thin workforce in a busy East Texas region.
We just wrapped up the first week of playoffs, and there were some playoff games where we were actually short some officials and had to make some adjustments. They normally use 4 umpires in the playoffs. Sometimes we had some that only had 3 or some that only had 2.
But there are benefits to becoming an ump. Officiating 1 hour-and-a-half high school game can earn you anywhere between $80 to $110. And then in the playoffs, you could earn double that. Jen says what helps are the coaches, adopting a no-nonsense policy for berating officials, like over in Bullard with head baseball coach Robert Ellis.
He has been one of our best advocates. He's actually gone so far as in a game, if a parent starts yelling at an umpire, he will remove the parent and the kid from the field and tell them to go home.
We preach and teach sportsmanship, character, and I think that's my way of trying to help get involved as a coach.
Coach Ellis played Major League Baseball for 20 years, and for a man whose career depended on those calls, he emphasizes that here in high school, it's just a game.
We're trying to teach them life lessons. They're going to go into a job more than likely that's not going to be in professional sports, and how to deal with opinions of others and validate their opinions and lift people up and make the people around them better.
You heard, Coach. At the end of the day, a bad call or the right call can be a life lesson for everyone.
Sometimes things don't always go your way. A call may not go your way. Well, what an opportunity for a young person to learn, even from their parents, that, you know what, everything in life isn't perfect.
Now, if you're interested in becoming an umpire, you can sign up at tylerumpires.org.
And actually, it brings up a great point or whatever. Sometimes we get so wrapped up into the game, we don't pause or reflect. They're humans.
Exactly.
Just like we are too. We make mistakes.
Exactly.
But I love what Coach Ellis is doing, and I hope other coaches mimic what he's doing, because if you start doing that, they're going to make you look like a fool.
Got to get out.